All right, we should be live and direct. Welcome to today's vlog, man. Give me a minute. Excuse me. Let me make sure that we're streaming. Streaming. Mm. I always like to check these things so I don't go too far down the rabbit hole and kind of do a whole show and something ain't right with my audio or something like that. All right, so we look pretty good. We look pretty good. Okay, what's up, man? What's up? How are you guys doing today? All right, so live and direct from the Batcave live. Okay. Um, yeah, so already, man, I've got a lot done this morning. This morning, I think I rolled over around five-ish, five something. Um, yeah, couldn't sleep again. Yeah, couldn't sleep again. One of my legs was bothering me. I don't know if you guys heard, but I had I had ran into a car on my e-bike about 3 weeks ago, a month ago, and I was okay, but it's still my right leg sometimes is a little sore, you know, and so that was bothering me. So I was tossing and turning, couldn't sleep good. So I was kind of like, let me go ahead and get up and just going into the lab and get some work done. But the good thing is that before I had laid down to go to bed last night, it took about a 3 hour nap. And that's kind of how I do, man. Since I have this whole insomnia thing, I kind of just sleep in chunks. Like if I can lay in the bed and get a solid 5 hours, that's a very good night for me. And then if I can grab another hour or 2 hours napping throughout the day, I done put together about 7 hours worth of sleep. And if anybody know me, man, that's no, that's gold. All right, I'll take it. Okay, so what I want to do today is just want to talk to you guys about what I've got done over the last couple of days and how things are going. I don't know if you guys tuned into my vlog yesterday, but I did announce that I finally finished, man. I finally finished the expanded version of the social commerce playbook. Where in that guide, we done a lot of research and we break down the game of TikTok Shop Affiliate Program, UGC, which is user generated content, where you can go out and get brand deals to be able to make videos for brands, and it doesn't require you to have like followers or to be an influencer. It's totally different. They base it all off of how good you are at shooting videos, explaining and communicating ideas around the product. And so we break that whole business model down for you inside there. And then we also talk about another pillar that I've been seeing really emerging, and that's live selling of digital products on top of TikTok. Okay, and in that game there, man, I'm seeing a lot of digital publishers and marketers jump on there, educate, and then do a call to action right in the live feed, and they're selling a lot of units doing that. And so we broke that down in the social commerce playbook. So now we have the original version, which was 77 pages, and we have the expanded version, which came out to be 300 pages. Today, I'm going to be adding like a side training to it, which is probably going to work out to be like another 15 to 20 pages. And it'll just be like a report that'll go along with that package there. And then that social commerce playbook package will be beefy, man. It'll be done. Now, this morning, I jumped off that. Okay, I jumped off of it for a minute and started working on starting to do the layout for another another guy that I'm putting together. I'm gonna kind of show you this here. Now, this one again, man, we've done a lot of research around this space, and this is something I'm kind of familiar with. I've been studying this particular strategy and space for years, and so when it came time to research, I knew exactly where to point my AI to to go start doing the research and gathering all the data and stuff. And I believe that we've put together a banger with this one here too. Most of our guides, man, I don't even say most, I'll say damn near all of them, but most of them are created in a way to where they really give maximum value to the reader. And a lot of them are all you need. You don't even need to go no further. We give you the complete blueprint and the research. And then others kind of like introduce you to a space and give you the basics. And then it's up to you. We point you to where you can go get additional training. But most of our guides, like the Social Commerce Playbook, Launch the Content Creators Blueprint, the Deal Maker Academy volumes, I think we got about 3 of those that we got done so far, where we break down just the whole game of making money, buying and selling, and do what we call arbitrage, putting yourself in the middle of deal flows. We got those, and then this like I think about 3 of them that are in the same category as this one here, which is hidden profits for local businesses. And basically, what we're doing in here is we're showing you, and this ebook here is going to be different because it is wrote from the perspective that a small business owner can read it and then implement the strategies in their business. But then it's going to be also wrote from a perspective of where a consultant can come in and could take what we're putting inside of this guide and go in and help small businesses implement this. Okay, so it's from that perspective. But let me share my screen with you guys right quick. Okay, so let's see if we're on the same page. Okay, so you guys should be looking at this here. Let me get rid of. Let me minimize it. I got so many screens open. Okay, so this is what I'm working on this morning. Okay, now again, what I'll do is I'll jump back and forth, because I'm finishing up with some stuff on one of my funnels. I'm working on another guy and this guy, but that's how I usually do, and that satisfies my ADHD and my squirrel brain. But here is one called Hidden Profits for Local Businesses, a complete guide to finding and leverage underused assets. Now, like we've written this out, and yeah, we've written out actually 2 versions of this, attacking this subject from 2 different angles. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm just compiling each one as its own separate guide, and then later on, I'm decide if we're going to merge the 2. Okay, but so I'm in the process of laying this one out right here, which is really really good. And this is one of those guides, man, where our customers will be able to take it and immediately go to the marketplace and start making money with it. And let me kind of read this to you. Okay. So it says the hidden profits philosophy. Local businesses often struggle not because they lack customers, products, or the ability to grow, but because they don't know where the money is hiding in their businesses. All right, most entrepreneurs focus on new customers, new marketing tactics, or new expenses. In reality, the fastest and most predictable income gains come from reclaiming the profit currently leaking out of the business. The hidden profits philosophy teaches that most businesses have more opportunity than they realize. Revenue is usually trapped inside existing assets. Profits come faster from optimization than expansion. Small changes often produce outsized results, and big wins don't require big spending. Hidden profit opportunities exist in every industry: retail, service, home based businesses, trades, salons, restaurants, professional service, fitness studios, coaching, and more. Once a business owner learns to see them, the entire business transforms. Okay, then it says why local businesses leave money on the table. There are several predictable reasons local businesses fail to capture existing income. Entrepreneurs wear too many hats. Most small business owners are overwhelmed. They're handling operations, customer service, payroll, marketing, training, inventory, schedule, and every other moving part. As a result, no one is fully responsible for revenue optimization. This goes into reason 2, they don't know where to look. Reason 3, they underestimate the value of what they already own. But it's a really, really, really good guide, guys, that I'm excited about getting completed. And pretty much this one that we created here, like I told you, we created like 2 different versions of this one. Then we have another companion that goes with it. But this is going to be a $500 guide when we get done, guys. This is going to be a super expensive one because we really broke down some things in this guide that literally companies can take and really run with. But anybody who wants to go out and work with small businesses, local businesses, will be able to take it and go out and immediately make some money, man. Immediately make some money. We're talking about some nice money, man. And we show them how to go in and um, um, and they can position themselves as a business growth specialist or optimizer, and we show them how to make money off of just analyzing a business, doing an audit, analyzing the business, and showing them where they have all these gaps, all these hidden assets. And then we show them how also in the guide how to make money off of creating what we call the build and release, where they go out and create systems to help the business do what they need to do to recapture these profits. And you build the whole system, and then you kind of like license it to the business. So we're excited about that. And yeah, those guides are bangers there. So I'm working on those, and I'll be working on those throughout the day. I have to finish up on a funnel. I'm gonna work on laying some more out on this guy, and then I have about another, I want to say about an hour to an hour and a half work on that additional guide for the social commerce playbook. So I'll be jumping between these three. Let me show you guys. I'm gonna show you now, and I'm kind of draw it up to you guys and show you what I'm doing. So I'm in the process. I'm very close. We're probably about a couple days away, okay, of getting everything finished and tightened up around the social commerce playbook and around this funnel that I'm gonna show you guys. Now, what I've decided to do is that I'm going to choose one or two guides at a time to focus on, and these are my flagship guides inside of our publishing company, and I'm gonna take those guides and I'm gonna create various marketing campaigns around. So, like right now, I'm really only focusing on one, okay, and 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 so I was playing with the idea of putting together everything for that one, and then I told myself, I said, no, there's an easier way to do this, and I thought about this last year with this other guy that I was doing, and and so as I was looking at things and I was preparing to work on this funnel for this guide that I wanted to lead with, I decided to make a change. I decided to pivot on my approach to it, and I'm gonna tell you why I decided to do it. Okay, so one of the things, when I look at Modern Frontier Publishing, which is my new publishing company, one of our big hurdles that we're gonna have to overcome right off the back is well, we're gonna have two big hurdles. One is getting discovered, so drawing awareness to who we are and what we have. And then the other thing is it's going to be getting people to buy into our approach enough to be able to take a chance on one of our guides. Because what I chose to do with this, I chose to go old school with this. So I created a traditional publishing company. All right. And then what I'm doing is I am building a catalog of different titles that we own as a publishing company. All right. And these titles are not tied to a guru or a persona, right? And when you look out in the marketplace, a lot of your how-to information is tied to a persona, right? But I chose to go traditional publishing, where we go out and we're a research-driven publishing company that's heavily AI assisted, which is really good on both ends. So I put together systems and a technology and built out my AI in a way to where we can go in and do things that it would have took huge teams and months to do. We could do it very fast, right? And very good, very in depth. And so basically the way I approach things is I decide on what titles, what areas I want us to focus on. And then we go in and we flesh out how we're going to approach this, what we're going to be focusing on, what titles we're going to make, and what it's going to be about, type of thing. And then we create it. Okay. And so when you look up, we just spent a year now perfecting, building out our systems, our SOPs, and we got everything right. And we've created almost 25 different trainings. And it might be pretty close to 30 now if I really get in and look at it. So we've been able to go in and practice and perfect our craft, okay? And we're good at it. We're very good at it now. And the guides that we create, they are created in a voice, in a neutral voice, okay? So these are more just general manuals, but they're not cold. They when a reader reads them, they can understand them. They won't get bored with them, okay? But I have this catalog now, and I have these different titles. And so as I started prepping to roll out the titles, I had a couple of approaches I could do. One, I could just promote the publishing company and our website, kind of like an e-commerce store. All right. But then as I was talking to my advisor, Vic, we were talking about it, and we decided that the best angle for me would be to approach it from a funnel. All right, choose a title, one of my flagship titles, and then just roll out a funnel and start building up some momentum out there in marketing, just focusing on one title. And then when a person buys that title, then they're introduced to the catalog in a sense. And that would allow me to be able to go in and really, really be precise on what I was doing, okay, and give myself time enough to develop out the marketing collateral and give it time enough to work and for us to be able to have a really good shot at doing this. Okay, so that's where I was at. That's where I was at. So I was working on the funnel for one of these flagship um, 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 titles. And you guys know, and if you don't know, I'm gonna bring you up to speed. So I have so many titles that we've created in house. All right. So that was created by us, me and my team. Now I also have some resources and some training that I didn't create, but I have a license to. Okay. And so these were more like done for you types of products, right? And probably about 2 years ago, I invested into one at the time um, that was at a certain level. And since then, it has exploded as far as customers, people using it. All right. And it was one out there called the Legacy Builder Program. Okay. And it had a community that went along with it called the Digital Growth Community. Okay. And I think when I invested into that license, that was almost 2 years ago, and the license gave me 100% resale rights on this product and this community for life, which was a huge, huge value. All right. So that means that once I paid that money, I can take this product and these products in this community to the marketplace and market them as if I had created them. Okay. I get to keep all the money. Okay. And so I did that. And what I did was that year, I put together some funnels, went out there, did some marketing, made my money back, made some profit, validated that this worked, right? But then I got off to working on some other things over the last year and a half. And I didn't do a whole lot with marketing that funnel. Like I said, I made some money, made some profit, but didn't take things to this level, right? And so, but what I did do is I kept plugging into the community just to try to keep my hand on the pulse of what was going on in the community. Now, when I actually invested into that program and that community, I think they had about 7,000 people in the community. And to kind of give you an idea, it's 57,000 in there now. Okay. And in the last 12 months, I know that community has generated 30 million plus dollars in the last 12 months. So a lot of volume in that community. Okay. Now, with that particular license, I got the lifetime resale rights to 4 different programs. There's $100 program, a 300, a 600, and a $900 program. Okay. And then I get access to all the training, all the support, the community. But the cool thing is that now that's like a package, right? This super package. So now, when I take this product to the marketplace, I can sell the $100, the 300, the 600, or the $900 courses. I have 4 courses in there. But the way that I've done it in the past and the way that I'm gonna do it now is I'm gonna promote it as one funnel, one product. So what I'm gonna be promoting is what we call the all-in product, which is the $900 product. And the $900 product allows the customer to get access to the 100, the 300, the 600, and the $900 training program with this particular product. Now, this product teaches digital marketing. All right, so we're talking about attraction marketing, leveraging social media, building out funnels, being able to go out there and to identify your perfect customer, your avatar, and then learning how to go in and create a systematic way of creating content and building a presence and attracting customers and doing it in a very optimized way. And as a matter of fact, what's proprietary towards our training programs, the community in this program is that you can do this like in 2 hours, 2.5 hours a day, which is really, really good. But this particular product, I believe, is a very valuable product because these programs teach anybody how to go out here and acquire what we call high value skills in one of the fastest growing spaces out there, which is digital marketing. And when you think about it, anything that is sold online has to include digital marketing. I don't care if it's insurance, I don't care if it's Netflix, I don't care if it's products that you're buying, anything that you buy online, some company or some individual is engaging in digital marketing to get you to buy that product. Okay. And this is one of those skill sets that when you learn it and you start using it, that you can literally move around and do a lot of things to make that. And so I was looking at it and I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. All right. So I said, instead of me focusing on marketing my individual titles from Modern Frontier Publishing, I'm not going to do that. All right. Since I have a funnel that's already built, that's already proven, and this funnel has generated over $30 million for the members of this community, all right, who are marketing these training programs. I said, okay, I can go in and I can start leveraging all that credibility, that marketplace equity, and just the stats on this, and I can go out and I can market this funnel, right? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a handful of my guys, and I think it's gonna be about 5 of them because I want the value to be way up here, right? So when I go out, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna market this funnel all in 2020. Where are we going into 2026? Okay, for 12 months, I'm gonna market this funnel. Okay, offering these 4 programs that I've bought the resale rights to. Then any customer that purchased either my $100, my 300, my 6, or my $900 training program, I'm going to give them access to a bundle of some of our guides that we created here at Modern Frontier Publishing. And this is going to be very powerful and key, right? Because I'm going to use it as an incentive for a customer to get off the fence and go ahead and purchase the training programs that I have in this bundle, right? So now the value that I'm giving is hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The value is crazy. And so the way it's going to work is that will allow me to be able to focus on creating content and ad creatives around just the funnel. All right. Then I would know that every every sale, because I'm gonna be marketing the $900 program. So every sale that I generate, okay, it's going to be almost $900 in profit. A little bit I have to give to my payment processor, Stripe, Square, depending on who they purchase it through. But it's almost $900 profit per sale, okay? But then every person that buys this $900 product is going to get about 4 or 5 of my guides, okay? And I'm going to show you guys what this funnel is going to look like. So hold on one second. Let me pull it up. And what this is going to allow me to do is going to allow me to go out here and generate some income for the publishing company. It's going to allow me to go out here and to learn how to market a funnel, but then also figure out this content game and also paid ads, okay, by using a funnel that's already got some traction and is proven out there versus trying to create something new. Okay, give me a minute. You gotta bear with me, man. I've been eating a lot of turkey recently. Okay, so what you guys are looking at is you're looking at a flow chart of what the funnel looks like. And again, like I said, guys, this funnel is not new. I used this funnel 2 years ago. I've used it off and on throughout the last couple years to generate some sales. And we have over 57,000 members in our community that use some variation of this exact funnel. So this funnel converts. Okay. So this is my whole 2026 marketing plan laid out for you guys here. All right, this is the whole marketing plan laid out for you guys. And I'm gonna kind of show you what it looks like. And like I said, most of almost 95% of this is already built out. I got to do a few tweaks. So I call this my publisher's funnel. And basically, the website or the funnel address is learndigitaltoday.com. And if you've been following for any length of time, you've heard me promote this off and on over the last couple of years. Okay. And so that's the domain name for where the funnel sits at. Now, before I talk to you guys and take you through the funnel, I want to talk to you about traffic. So how am I planning on getting eyeballs to the funnels and generating lead for the funnels? Well, it's going to be a combination of free content and paid content. For the last year and something, I have been testing out content in different formats online. All right. And I've been doing a little studying, but I haven't been focusing, if that makes sense. So I have an idea of what I want to do, how I want to do it with the content, and what works out there. So this year, I'm going to be taking that ideas and stuff, things that I know, things that I'm learning, and I'm going to be applying that to the free content. So we're talking about short form videos, we're talking about long form videos, and we're talking about content on multiple social media platforms such as Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay, so I have an idea of how I want to approach that. Okay, some of the content's going to be educational, and some of it is going to be salesy, almost like an ad. All right, and I've been watching and studying and looking at what people have been doing out here, and I've been just kind of just tracking, how it's working, and I kind of got an idea of what I need to do with that. So you guys are going to see that kind of content from me. Okay, another thing that I'm testing out is content like what you guys are looking at right now. Okay, so this is what we consider a vlog. This is where I get on every day, and I kind of give you just some of the behind the scenes of what I'm doing and how I'm doing things in my company, right? And so this is a series of content that I'll be creating as a lead generation tool for my funnel and then directing people back to the funnel. This particular vlog that you're looking at here. Okay. Then I have a podcast that I do called the Freedom After 40 podcast. And so that's basically talking to Generation Xers about how to transition to the second part of their lives, right? Whether it's, we don't call it retiring, whether it's rewiring or looking to fire their bosses, to start a business, they want to travel, They want to get free out here. So that whole podcast is talking to Generation Xers about that. All right, again, it's going to be a very powerful tool to put out in the marketplace for generating leads for this funnel. Okay. So those are my free ways and my free content that I'm planning on doing. Okay. Now, the paid content is I'm going to be running ads. Okay. And I'm going to be testing ads out on different platforms. I'll be testing ads out on Facebook, on TikTok, and also on YouTube. And I've plugged into several resources that I'm going to be learning from. I have about, I got to go back and look. I know it's 2, but I think it's 3 communities and training platforms that I paid for in the past that teaches you how to run these ads. And so I'm going to be plugging into those to start learning how to run ads. Now, what I love about ads and pushing ads to a funnel is that once you get the ad dialed in and it's working, and you know that if I spend X amount of dollars, I get so many leads, and if I get so many leads, I get so many sales. Then it becomes almost like a formula to you, right? And then all it's about is just throwing money at it. Now, the cool thing about deciding to go with the $900 product and giving away my guides as bonuses to close more deals and to convert that more is that I have more profit inside the sale to be able to apply to ads. All right. I have more profit to be able to apply to ads. And as a matter of fact, our community just put together a $1,400 bundle that I'm going to get in there. Once I get going, I'm going to put that in place too, and then be offering that $1,400 product as well. Okay. But so my paid content is going to be ads. I'm going to be testing ads out on different platforms. Now, I have some really cool tools that I've invested in over the last year or so. Some of them is AI, some of them is different other tools that allow me to go out and do this. And I'll be sharing all that with you guys on this vlog. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Okay, so that's where we're going to get the leads and the traffic from. Now, the first page in this funnel is what we call an opt-in page. It's a page where the lead is forced to give their first name, their last name, and their email address to be able to get access to a free item that I'm giving away. Okay, and I'm gonna pull this up real quick so we can look at it. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen with you guys, and you'll be able to see this. Okay, so it looks like you're already seeing. Okay, cool. I'll be forgetting which window I'm on. All right, so here's that doorway page. All right, for learndigitaltoday.com. So they come here, and it says discover the step-by-step blueprint to escape the 9 to 5 and build freedom on your own terms. Join 57,000 plus creators building income online with our proven system, complete with weekly coaching, expert training, and a community that got your back. All right, and then we talk about the step-by-step system, and then I tell them, okay, plus get instant access to the Freedom Formula Blueprint. All right, now what I'm gonna be doing here, the only change I'm gonna make here is I'm gonna give them 2 guides. So I'm gonna give them access to one of the guides that Modern Frontier Publishing has created, and then also this guy here. So they're gonna get access to 2 guides, and that's gonna kind of change this offer up. Okay, it's gonna kind of change it up some. All right, and just kind of give more bang for the buck when it comes to that. All right. So let's see. Make sure we're on the same page here. You guys are back to the funnel. No, you're not. Now you should be back to the funnel. Let's see. All right. You guys still are not seeing the funnel. Let me figure out why you're not seeing the funnel. All right. Let's go here. Okay. Now we're back to the funnel. Okay. All right. So that's that page there. So the way it works is a person comes to that page, then they're transferred to what I call a bridge page. Okay. A bridge page or a thank you page. That's this black page that you see here. And basically, that's where I'm going to frame what they're getting ready to experience inside this funnel. So basically, I introduce myself to them, let them know who I am. I talk about what this is that they're actually engaging with. Now, that's what I need to do. On this page here, I got to go in and shoot a new video, but then make some additions and talk about the bonuses on this page. because on the opt-in page, I don't talk about the bonuses. So I need to talk about the bonuses here and let the lead know if they decide to purchase, all right, they're going to get access to all my free bonuses along with everything they're going to get in this program and the bonuses that the program gives away. But I'm giving them 5 guides on top of that. And some of these guides are 300 pages long. So they're getting the social commerce playbook as one of the free guides there. All right. So I need to talk about those bonuses and then really talk up what those bonuses are and the value of them. All right. And that's going to help with conversions. Okay. Then they go from that page there, and we have some social proof on there talking about showing what some of the members in the community made. All right, with the program. Then they're going to be transferred over to a free webinar that we did, and again more social proof over there. And that's where the creator of the program does a really good job walking people through what it is that we're doing here. And again, this is not courses. This is a program. There's live interaction throughout the week, and a person literally can plug into what we're offering here and can learn a skill set that will allow them to be able to go out there and get free. And basically, what I use today on building out my business is a lot of that I learned inside of this community. Even though I didn't spend a lot of time in the community, I haven't went through all the courses, but I went through enough to be able to learn like how to build funnels, like what you're seeing here, and just the psychology of all this and how to make this kind of stuff work. And that's going to be one of the cool things about me, that I'm going to be jumping in and I'm going to be actually going step by step through all the training, implementing, and sharing it with you guys here on this actual show. But anyway, so they'll listen to that webinar. Then they're going to be transferred over to the sales page. Okay. Now, sales page, really good copy, man. Really good copy. Laid out good. Everything that I would want on a sales page is there. Now, the only thing I have to do on this sales page now is to go ahead and add a section where I talk about all my bonuses. All right. So that's one of the things I'll be working on today is getting that added to the page. So the person that's looking at this sales page would understand the ridiculous value that I'm giving away with these guides and stuff like that. All right. And that's going to finish that up there. Now, if you go back over here to the beginning, all right, where you've seen the landing page, the first page, if you notice, if you go down, you see a 30-part email follow-up sequence. Okay. That is very key and that's very important, because the cool thing about going this route with my publishing company and doing it this way, and like I said, we've tested this out as a community for the last year and a half, okay, is that this is an automated system. So once it's built and set up, then you really don't have to do anything else to it, because automations take place on the back end. So the only thing that I will be doing on the front end is doing my content, my podcast, my vlog, and my video content, okay? But as far as I'm explaining, sharing, closing, delivering the product, I won't even have to fool with, because everything is going to be done through the automated system. Now, the only thing I am going to have to do is once the person purchases and I'm able to verify, then I'm going to send them their guides. Okay, I'll send them their guides, or I'll figure out a way to make that where they can go and just download their guides. Okay, once they do that. Okay, but that's the only thing I'm gonna have to do, which literally it's not gonna take much to do that. Okay, so that's that. So what happens is when a person fills out that first page that I was showing you guys, okay, that opt-in page, okay, here, they're going to be plugged into a automated system that's going to follow up with them with 30 pre-made, predetermined emails over the course of 90 days. And what this allows me to do is this allows me to follow up, build a relationship, nurture, and just walk a person through the process of being educated about what it is that we have here, and then give them a chance to buy. Okay. Now, the only way a person ever gets out of this sequence is they have to unsubscribe. So as long as they stay subscribed, they will stay in this sequence. Okay. And again, I have 30 emails going out over 90 days. Now, my whole goal for 2025 is to get this built up to almost 100 emails, because I want about man, I want about a year's worth of emails already pre-made. And so that's one of the things I'll be working with Vic on getting these built on out. Now, in those emails, I'm gonna redirect them back to the sales page, okay, where they can purchase in so many emails, okay, or I'm gonna redirect them to the webinar, okay, um, every so often, all right, and I'm also gonna redirect them to my podcasts and my vlogs. And the reason I do that is that they go back to the podcast and the blog to continue building a relationship. The more a person watches me, listens to me, then the better that connection is. Okay. But as far as asking them to buy, all right, that's what that whole automation is for, is to keep educating them, drip feeding on them information, but then asking them to buy. All right. And we have found that it takes so many touch points for a person to decide that they're ready to go and to buy. And so that's okay. So that's why we automate that particular part of the business. So that way we don't have to be DMing people. We don't have to be calling people. We don't have to be doing any of that. All we do is just market the system and let the system do the work. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see, man, this funnel is pretty, pretty ready. Now, the last thing I didn't talk about, if you look over here to the right, after the sales page, you see where it says free community support, 250 members. All right, so one of the things I already built out, I have community built out, already ready. I just need the members. Okay. So as I start generating customers with this funnel, once I get to probably about 20 to 30 customers, I'm gonna go ahead and make the community live. And this is going to be a support um, resource for my team members and my customers to be able to go in and learn and do things and stuff like that. Now, I really don't have to do this because with the digital growth community, you get access to a huge community of 57,000 people there. And that brings me over to the left, and I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about what the product is in this funnels. All right, so in this funnel promotes 4 different products. Okay, it promotes my $100 Launchpad program, which is a entry level digital marketing program, all the way up to the $900 Legacy Builder program, which is an all-in, all-inclusive program. Now, regardless of which program a customer buys, they get access to the digital growth community, which has over 200 hours of training archives in there. Now, this is outside of the training, of the course training. All right, they get another 200 plus hours of training archive. They get access to mentorship. One of the things people, when they're looking at a business model like this and looking at a product like this, they always wonder about help. All right, and they're going to get mentorship from the founder, Michelle. She, like I said, she goes live with training 5 times a week, either her or somebody else in the community. And then she also puts out a video every day with a small mentorship video every day. So they're going to have access to that. Like I said, 5 live training per week. And then you also get access to a 57,000 member community where you can go in, you could just ask all kind of questions. People will help you. People will try to give you the information. It's really, really powerful. But the cool thing is that I don't have to deal with the internet if I don't want to. Okay. Now, I'm giving away free bonuses, over $250 value, probably more than that when I really get in and look at it. So I'm giving away the Social Commerce Playbook, which is a a 300-page manual where I walk them through social commerce. I talked about that TikTok Shop affiliate program, UGC, and live selling the digital products. And the whole goal with these bonuses is to give my customers, where they're learning digital marketing, I want to give them inside my bonuses business models that they can apply that digital marketing to. So they go through the training programs inside of the Legacy Builder program, and what they learn in the digital growth community. They're going to learn marketing, but then they need a business to market. Like some of them will choose to sell the e-learning platform, like I am, but some of them are going to want to start another business, like I did with my publishing company. So that's what I'm giving them in the bonuses. So in my bonuses, I'm giving them business models, frameworks that they can use to launch different businesses, right? So the social commerce playbook, the rewire framework, this is to help them start changing this right here so they can start adjusting to a life of freedom, right? And then Dealmakers Academy Volume 1, Dealmakers Academy Volume 2 are really good because one of them deal with teaching a business model that a lot of people don't even know exists out here, but it's been out here for years and years, and people have been making millions of dollars in it. And that's the Finder service. So inside of Dealmakers Academy, we teach them the business model about around Finder services, how to make money, helping two parties come together for a common need. And then we also teach the procurement business model there, where you go in and you work with businesses on figuring out what it is that they order on a monthly basis. And then we show you how to go out there to the marketplace to source that and then make you a commission off of being that mediator to bringing that together. All right. Then the second volume of the Deal Makers Academy is talking about working with local businesses and doing various services such as joint ventures, things like that. And so we break that down in that. And then we have hidden profits for local businesses, which is a really good guide also too. And it shows you and business owners how to look at a business and be able to identify all the hidden assets that they have in a business that's sitting dormant now, that they're not optimizing and leveraging. And we show you how to go in and identify those, but then also how to activate them. You know what kind of services or strategies to use to help those businesses start taking those hidden assets, those dormant assets, and turn them into income producing assets. And then we show you how to make money off of doing that. So we give you one, two, three, four. Inside of these four guys, you're probably going to get about 7 different business models in there. All right, and all that's free bonuses, and that's where my publishing company comes in, and that's why I'm choosing to do this because nobody else out there has this. All right, this is all exclusive to me and my company. But when it comes to helping me close these $900 sales, it's going to be invaluable. I mean, we're going to be able to close a lot of them because we're giving away a ton of value inside this offer. Now, what my goals are, okay? So one of my goals in 2026 is to generate 250 customers for our $900 program. So that's not counting anybody. That's not counting anybody who purchased our 100, $300 or $600. Just my $900 program. I want to have 250 customers by the end of 2026. I want to build a 10,000 person email list using this funnel. All right, which is not, again, it's not hard, guys. Once you get all your marketing and stuff going, okay. And then by the end of 2027, I want to use what we're doing here with this funnel to build out the foundation of revenue for Modern Frontier Publishing, but then to get our guides into the hands of 250 people. Then with the community, I'll be able to get feedback from them, how it's working for them, what they're using the information for, how successful they're being with that. And then in 2026, I just want to put my head down and we continue banging out some more guides because right now we have about 25 that we have made. And I want to do another 25 this year, kind of like what we did last year. I want to do another 25. And I want to finish the year off us having 50 titles, 50 guides in our catalog. Okay. And then here's one other thing I'm going to share with you guys I'm going to be doing. Okay. And so while I'm running this funnel, so while we're pumping this funnel out, okay, while we're doing that, this is what I'm going to be doing. Every time we get a new title, we're going to be adding it here to modernfrontierpublishing.com. And this is going to be more like a catalog slash e-commerce store where our customers or people who come across our brand will be able to come and just click on here and read about what a guide is and be able to order a guide. But I kind of look at this as an online catalog because we're going to be publishing and marketing with funnels. Okay, so we're going to be doing more of a more of a narrow approach to our marketing. Okay, but that's going to be the catalog. So as we get, like, I got probably about 5 guides that I need to get uploaded there that's already done that I haven't uploaded there yet. But as we get all these completed and upload, we're just going to keep adding them there. And that way, if somebody say, okay, Orville, do you have a website or a list of all the different guides you have? We just send them over there to Modern Frontier Publishing. They can check out our whole catalog. But also, if they want to order, they can go ahead and order their guides over there. All right. So, hope you guys got something from that, man. So, that's what I'm working on today. All right. That's what we got coming down the pipeline. I'm going to go ahead and get off here, jump back on here, get back to work. Yeah. Thanks for checking us out, man. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless.